Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I want to just start this afternoon by thanking our panelists who have been sitting here all afternoon and many of the members of the public who are with us. I see a lot of tired faces out there, and I want to thank you all for spending your day with us. But I also want to start out by asking, what are we doing here in this committee today? Why are we here? Why is this committee devoting a day-long hearing to a political conspiracy theory that was planted in the media by Rudy Giuliani to support Donald Trump's re-election campaign? Of all the topics we could be focused on in this committee to support the American people, how people are going to put food on their table at the end of the day, how we're going to address the economy, how we're going to address critical issues that are on people's minds every day. We are devoting an entire day to this conspiracy theory involving Twitter. Now, the mission of this committee is to root out waste, fraud, and abuse and to conduct oversight on behalf of the American people. And if you need any evidence of waste, fraud, and abuse, how about the use of this committee's precious time, space, and resources to commit to this hearing? You know, I don't even understand why we're here right now, but I do want to clarify some key facts about what we've heard today. So I'm going to get into it for just a few moments. Ms. Gaddy, thank you for being here today. Mr. Baker, you have already stated publicly that Twitter's handling of this issue was a mistake. Is that correct? Yes or no is fine.
Yes, that's correct.
I don't think I have stated that publicly yet, but that is what the CEO of the company said.
Yes, and at the time, only weeks before, one of the most consequential elections of our lifetime in 2020, Twitter made a decision based on policies put into place to protect the public from political disinformation and from foreign interference. Is that correct, Mr. Roth?
Yes.
In fact, the failure of Twitter and other social media companies to moderate political disinformation not only fueled its use in election tampering in 2018, but allowed for election denialism to run rampant in 2020, and that is exactly what led to the insurrection here on January 6th in the Capitol. So, Ms. Navaroli, I want to ask you, thank you for sitting here all day answering these questions. Do you believe that Twitter has put into place policies that would adequately protect free speech, but also protect the American people from another violent insurrection and the kind of hate speech that we are seeing run rampant right now on the platform?
Thank you for that question. I cannot speak to Twitter's current policies because I have not worked there in quite some time, but I can say that my job at Twitter was to balance free expression and safety. And one of the things that I constantly pushed for was for us to include more analysis within that simple balancing act. And instead of asking just free expression versus safety, to say free expression for whom and safety for whom. So whose free expression are we protecting at the expense of whose safety? And whose safety are we willing to allow to go to the wind so that people can speak freely?
Exactly, right? Because Twitter refused to sanction Donald Trump's account long before it was actually banned, when violent rhetoric and other rhetoric was already being used on the platform. And in fact, since the latest acquisition of Twitter by Elon Musk, the company's Trust and Safety Council, as represented here today, has been dissolved. And the accounts of individuals like Donald Trump, who incited violence in the Capitol, have been restored. And we are seeing anti-Semitism, hate speech, dangerous rhetoric, violence being put on Twitter every single day. Election tampering, disinformation, violence, the attack on our Capitol. Mr. Chairman, that is what we should be holding oversight hearings on in this committee. I have traveled to every corner of my district And New Mexicans are depending on us to defend our democracy and to ensure that we are holding not only those who are committing waste, fraud, and abuse accountable, but ourselves. So let's not waste the precious taxpayers' time and dollars holding hearings about Four Seasons landscaping style conspiracy theories and actually get to work for the American people.
Would the gentlelady yield to a question?
Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
All right, Chair recognizes Ms. Boebert for